The movie begins with the Yakuza henchmen with their leader getting a tattoo. The leader complains about the pain he feels while getting the tattoo. As he threatens the artist, one of his subordinates brings in a letter. Opening it reveals the black sand in the envelope. Immediately the tattoo master recoils in shock as he realizes history is about to repeat itself. The artist says, whoever gets an envelope filled with black sand will meet his death soon. Because the envelope filled with black sand is a sign that the recipient of the envelope will be killed by a clan of cold-blooded assassin ninja. He says his story. The men involved laughed just as they did and paid with their lives. He also says that he should have died if not for a birth mistake. According to him, his heart was on the right side of his chest, so he was able to escape the ninja's blade. When he shows the Yakuza henchmen his scar, they all laugh hysterically. The Yakuza leader only thought the envelope filled with black sand was a joke. However, when the Yakuza leader and one of his henchmen underestimated the warning, suddenly the Yakuza minion's head was cut by something from behind the shadows. The attackers destroy the lights in the room and eliminate everyone in sight. Men were killed by a clan of assassin ninjas who are always on the move and carry out their actions from behind the shadows.
You don't have to do this!
The tattoo artist warns him that it's pointless to do so. He doesn't listen and is eliminated as well. So was the tattoo master. Then the scene switches to showing a Europol agent named Mika, explaining something to her boss, Maslow. Mika reveals that she has found a connection between several assassinations of the most influential political figures in the government with the Ozunu clan, which she believes to be a clan of assassin ninja. She asks for an hour to prove to him that the ninja clan exists. Maslow grants her his time and she explains thoroughly how long the ninja clan has been operating. Not forgetting to state that the ninja clan always requests 100 pounds of gold in exchange for a man's life. In her opinion, the Ozunu clan has always been consistent in setting prices to all clients who need their services. Because of that, Mika can conclude that the Ozunu clan is the mastermind behind the massacre at a Yakuza club in Osaka that occurred some time ago. Maslow seems to doubt the results of the investigation proposed by Mika, because the existence of the Ozunu clan is still considered a mere legend. Night in Berlin shows Raizo, a young man with a menacing look at a laundromat putting some sort of item into a washer. Just then a young woman asks him to help her with a piece of cloth. She smiles admirably at Raizo. Raizo immediately sees through her disguise and asks for her clan.
What clan are you from?
She pretends not to understand.
I don't understand.
Knowing her cover is blown already, she attacks Raizo. He defends himself and executes her in the process. The laundromat's owner wakes from his slumber after hearing the ruckus. He immediately runs to see what's wrong. Blood was seen flowing from one of the washing machines, and when he approached the washing machine, a woman's body was seen inside. The next day, when Maslow was having lunch with Mika, Maslow revealed to his subordinates that he had investigated Mika's theory, and managed to get important information about an ancient secret organization called the Nine Clans. Maslow said that a KGB agent, named Alexei Sabatin, was trying to uncover the Nine Clans organization that was involved in a series of murders of the most influential people around the world since decades ago. But everyone thinks that Sabatin is just making it up and has a mental disorder. Maslow compliments Mika and she smiles. Meanwhile, Raizo walks into his apartment and inspects all his weapons. He's a ninja and has a complete ninja arsenal hidden all over his apartment. He stares into space and flashes back to his childhood days. In the flashback, an old master is seen talking to a group of children, as he tells the children how honorable it is to be a member of the Ozunu clan. He introduces young Raizo to the group and tells them to treat him like family. As a child, Raizo and other students had to undergo very heavy physical and mental training, because Lord Ozunu was preparing them all to become cold-blooded and merciless assassin ninjas. Then we see a lecture their sensei gave them about hunger and thirst. He also told them how the blood in their veins was their body's weaknesses. Their clan master performed the feat of cutting his hand and healing it almost instantaneously. He then tells the young group of children to eat that night to fight again the next morning. Then young Raizo is seen walking carefully with wounds under his legs. He walks so as not to upset the balance under the floor. He makes the mistake of upsetting the pin. His master punishes him by flogging his legs. Young Raizo continues the walk to the finish. At night, young Raizo is seen whining in pain as his legs are hurt badly. Just then a girl from the same group he's in helps him treat the wounds under his legs. Her name is Kiriko. The flashback ends with older Raizo hardly training with all kinds of weapons. It seems like he's preparing for something bad. Meanwhile, Mika pays Mrs. Sabatin a visit about a report her husband wrote a while back. Mrs. Sabatin explains how her husband's report caused him to be more paranoid about his security. She says after the report gained some attention, he started installing lights and sensors and cameras all over the house. She says he doesn't want any shadows around the house. She also explains that her husband was a soldier and that he wasn't one to be shaken easily. She recalled that a man came to their house and spoke with her husband. When asked about how her husband died, she said the lights went out and the deed happened. Mrs. Sabatin showed Mika some files her husband left behind. Mika accepts them and takes them to her home. At home, Mika checks Sabatin's investigation files. She finds evidence of the existence of the assassin ninja clan. She plays a tape she found in the files. In the tape, Raizo was seen fighting against Ninja. Then she sees his face while Raizo was staring at the camera lens. Meanwhile, Raizo is seen training immensely with his weapons. At the end of his training, he flashes back to when as a teenager. He was fighting another colleague. His colleague, whose name was Takeshi, by throwing flames at his eyes and striking him in the head.
You think this is pain? You are mistaken.
The Ozunu clan master shows Raizo what true pain really is and walks away. Screaming at the top of his lungs, Raizo is thrown into what seems like isolation. The next morning shows the clan master meeting Raizo already meditating in the room he locked him in. He commends Raizo and continues the day. In the present day, Mika is visited in her office by an agent from an unmentioned agency, named Zabransky. The agent requests to ask Mika some questions. He inquires about their unusually usual lunch dates she and Agent Maslow seem to be having. The agent warns Mika of Agent Maslow's case of stress. When Mika and Maslow meet outside the office, Maslow reveals that Zabransky also came to him and asked the same thing about Mika. Mika then assumed that certain parties were watching the two of them because of their investigation related to the 9 clans, and would try to stop their investigation. Maslow also thought so because the actions of the 9 clans were related to the most influential people in the world. The assassin clans are protected by powerful people around the world and ask Mika to increase vigilance. Unknowing to them, they're being watched. They both walk away unharmed and Mika makes it home that night. She takes a look at the documents of Mrs. Sabaton and learns more of the ninja clan's true existence. The next morning shows Raizo walking in a market. He flashes back to the moment he caught his teenage crush. Kiriko was cutting the bonsai rope and said that Kiriko would get in trouble for doing so. However, Kiriko said that every living thing, including bonsai plants, has a heart and has the right to choose its own path in life. His colleague reminds him of his heart and instills some life into his already stone-cold heart. After that, young Raizo had to undergo rigorous training to improve the sharpness of his sense of hearing. Lord Ozunu ordered Raizo to wear an eye patch for a whole year, and do everything blindfolded to get used to the dark, because a ninja must be able to fight and survive in any situation. At first, Raizo found it difficult, but over time, he was able to adjust and was able to fight against his opponents, just by relying on his rapidly increasing sense of hearing. Even Raizo could hear Kiriko's heartbeat, which was in sync with his own, even though they were far apart. The next morning shows the lady ninja Kiriko beating another colleague. She wins the fight and the clan master asks her to cut him so he knows the meaning of failure. She refuses and gets cut instead by the clan master and is sent to their clan's penitentiary. At night, Raizo is seen giving Kiriko some water secretly. He asks her why she did what she did, and there was no tangible response. The next morning shows Kiriko and Raizo sharpening their weapons. One night when it rains heavily, Kiriko tries to escape from the ninja school of the Ozunu clan. Raizo, knowing this, tries to convince Kiriko to stay, because the consequences that will be faced by students who try to escape are executions. But Kiriko remained determined to leave the Ozunu clan, then climbed the wall behind her. The present day shows old Raizo picking up a phone call from a Japanese caller. He instantly knows what he's supposed to do and runs off. He gets the Mika's photo as the next target of the ninja clan. On the other hand, Maslow, who is often suspected by high-ranking world intelligence agencies, after discovering Alexei Sabaton's investigation of the 9 clans, tries to warn Mika of the dangers that may come soon. Maslow supplies Mika with a gun just in case, and asks her to find a safe hiding place. However, when Mika arrived at her apartment, there had been a power outage in the entire apartment building. Mika notices the coincidence and immediately gets suspicious. She slowly makes her way to her apartment upstairs. She opens her door and hears something moving in her apartment. She walks to a room in her apartment and sees a familiar letter containing black sand. She's assaulted by ninjas in the dark. Thankfully, her life was saved by another ninja who stopped them. Mika fires her gun at the silhouettes and fights immensely in the shadows. She then comes to the realization that she's helpless and she watches them fight it out. One of the ninja tries to save Mika, and after he manages to knock out the ninja, who was intent on killing Mika, the ninja warns that there will be more to come.
More will come.
What?
They won't stop until you're dead.
After that, the rescue ninja showed his true figure from behind the shadows, and it turned out that the ninja was Raizo.
Do you know me?
Mika, who recognized Raizo from the tape, was shocked that Raizo saved her life. After that, they left before the other assassin ninjas came and killed them. Takeshi is seen leading the ninja group meant to finish Mika off.
Run, little brother. Run.
Takeshi says before a flashback which reveals young Kiriko, who was running away, was chased and captured by Takeshi. In the flashback, Kiriko was tied to a pole. Lord Ozunu ordered Takeshi to execute Kiriko in front of all his students, so that no more students dared to follow in Kiriko's footsteps. Takeshi, who knew that Raizo and Kiriko were close friends, then stabbed Kiriko in the heart while carving a sly grin at Raizo. The present day shows Mika and Raizo in her car escaping their ninja pursuers. The duo introduces themselves and Mika asks him why he's after his own clan. This question makes Raizo remember an assassination he carried out with his Ozunu clan master by his side. According to the clan master, the man was wearing a gold watch. He told Raizo to bring the watch to him, of which he proceeds.
It's gonna take more than anything needle to fuck me up, boy!
After a long and tiring fight with the heavy man, he wins the fight and removes the gold watch from his hands. The next scene shows wounded Raizo holding a golden watch on top of a building. He extends the gold watch to his clan master, who later tells him to keep the watch. Just then, another girl who tried to escape the clan was brought to his face. She reminds him Kiriko. The Ozunu clan master orders Raizo to eliminate her to become a true Ozunu. Unable to bring himself to eliminate girl, Raizo cuts his clan master with his kusarigama. Enraged, the clan master orders the assassins present to end Raizo's life. Raizo almost ended up losing his life as he fell down the tall building. Luckily, a swimming pool saves his life. Back in the present, Mika and Raizo decide to hide in a motel for a while. Raizo then asked Mika to clean herself without using soap and change clothes. After that, he spreads cigarette smoke on Mika's body to hide her scent, because ninja assassins have a sharp sense of smell like a wolf. Assassin ninjas could find their targets just by smelling their scent. Mika, who thinks that Raizo wants to take revenge on the Ozunu clan, then contacts Maslow so they can meet. Mika and Raizo meet with Maslow to discuss the situation they are facing in a remote place. Even so, Raizo sensed that something was amiss at their meeting this time, as he was suspicious of Maslow.
Why have you done this?
Then why?
Sure enough, not long after, special forces immediately attacked Raizo with a high-voltage electric shock and paralyzed him instantly. Raizo is then taken by Maslow and Europol's special forces to a hidden location for interrogation.
Sure doesn't look like a killing machine to me, sir. Looks like he belongs in a boy band. He couldn't have hurt that, could he?
Mika, who felt betrayed by Maslow, immediately demanded an explanation from him. Maslow said that he had no other choice because those in power ordered him to arrest Raizo. He calls her up to a room, tells men to clear the room, and explains his suspicions to her, telling her how serious the higher-ups are taking this ninja case. He gives Mika a beacon and tells her to activate it whenever she needs his help. Mika pays Raizo a visit in his cell and gives him some water. She tells him Maslow is on his side, and Raizo tells her it's already too late. Mika runs to warn Maslow, but it's already too late. The lights go off and everyone is alert. Immediately, Mika makes her way to Raizo's cell. Raizo warns them of the impending danger. However, things take a drastic turn as the assassins begin their work. They eliminate all the guards. Mika fortunately finds the key to Raizo's cell and frees him just in time. Raizo eliminates a ninja as he's freed and leads Mika with him to the right path. In the corridor, Raizo tells Mika to wait for him as he defends both of them against some assassins. Meanwhile, the other guards are still fighting against the shuriken-throwing assassins in the computer room. Fortunately for Mika, she's able to make it to her car upstairs, leaving only Raizo and the other assassins to fight. Raizo meets Takeshi and his ninja squad and engages in a hot fight.
Little brother.
Raizo successfully defends himself against all the ninjas attacking him. Wounded Raizo makes his way to Mika's car and is attacked on the way by more ninjas. Meanwhile, Mika is in her car waiting for Raizo as she's attacked by a ninja. Scared, she turns on her car and drives. She successfully shoots his leg and feigns him off. Just as she was driving off, the parking lot shurikens were hurled towards her car, destroying her windshield. Luckily, she's able to escape the fight. Raizo successfully defends himself against the assassins and makes it to the roads of Berlin. The ninja clan pursues him and through the oncoming vehicles and catches up to him. Takeshi fights Raizo and cuts him in the stomach. Mika helps Raizo out and drives him away. After that, Mika took the seriously injured Raizo to an inn to hide because Raizo was reluctant to be taken to the hospital. Mika thanks Raizo for saving her life while he sleeps unconsciously and activates the beacon Maslow gave her. Then she hides nearby motel and sees his ninja come to their room. The task force arrives and Mika is seen alone in the motel.
They took him 10 minutes ago.
Raizo is gone. Raizo is seen in a moving container as he heals himself with a technique their clanmaster used. The vehicle stops and Raizo is presented to the Ozunu clanmaster. He reminds Raizo how disappointed he was for the shame Raizo brought his clan. Raizo is set to be executed that night. On the execution spot, Raizo spits out a beacon, which pinged the location of the clan's whereabouts. The agency arrives just in time to eliminate the clan. The assassins defend their home and a hot fight ensues. Mika, who came with the Europol troops, immediately freed Raizo. After that, Raizo engages in a deadly duel with Takeshi, whose abilities are almost equal to Lord Ozunu. However, Raizo, who intends to avenge the death of Kiriko, has been training very hard to wait for the moment to come face to face with Takeshi. Despite fierce resistance from Takeshi, Raizo was finally able to subdue the man and avenge Kiriko's death. Still badly injured and covered in blood, Raizo tries to fight Lord Ozunu, whose fighting abilities seem timeless, even though his body is starting to age. Lord Ozunu could easily parry and reverse Raizo's attack, until he was finally pushed and managed to be paralyzed. When Lord Ozunu was about to kill Raizo with his sword, Mika came and shot the clan leader, saving Raizo. However, Lord Ozunu, who suddenly disappeared into the darkness to avoid Mika's attack, appeared behind her and stabbed her right in the heart. Immediately, Raizo was furious to see Mika killed in front of him, then got up and returned to fight Lord Ozunu with all his remaining strength. After a fierce and deadly duel, Raizo finally managed to kill Lord Ozunu with a deadly shadow blending move. Raizo, who still heard Mika's heartbeat, then carried her from the flames. Outside, Maslow and Europol's special forces managed to defeat the ninja assassins of the Ozunu clan. Raizo then tells Maslow that Mika survived Lord Ozunu's deadly attack.
I don't understand. She's got a hole right through the middle of the heart, but...
and is still alive because she has a unique body condition. Her heart is on the right side of her chest. When the Europol special forces had left the secret base of the Ozunu clan and the fire had been extinguished, Raizo stayed behind and climbed the wall that Kiriko had used to escape from there. On top of that